The city of West Lafayette started a study to figure out some more information about single-family homes and rentals in West Lafayette. And they've conducted a study, and they have released the initial results. And what they have looked at is homes that are zoned R1, R1B, and R1U. They have looked at how many of those are in their rental program, and then they have looked at how many of those are claiming homestead exemptions, which you are only allowed to claim on your taxes if that is indeed your primary residence. You cannot use that exemption on a rental. And they've released some initial maps. So let's take a look at those. All of the deep purple is R1. The lighter blue is R1B, and the dark purple is, or the lighter purple, the magenta color here is R1U. That is the less interesting. That just shows residential zoning, single-family residential zoning in West Lafayette. But where it starts to get interesting is here. All of the blue is non-rental. All of the coral is rental. There are probably no surprises here. This big area down here, this is Purdue University. Look at all the rentals down here. This does not surprise me in the slightest. And then there's less and less rentals as you go out. There's a little bit of rental here in U Farms up this way, but in some of the neighborhoods here. Lots of student rentals here close to Purdue University, then it thins out. Then a lot of these rentals out here, everybody, of course, can rent them, but I think that you would probably find a large percentage of these rentals are staff, not temporary, but relatively new hires in the academic staff, associate professors, lecturers, that sort of thing. By no means 100%. But again, this is just within the West Lafayette city limits, and so some of this that we're looking at is actually outside of the city limits, but this shows what that looks like. This is the ones that are claiming the homestead exemptions. In this map, the dark blue is homestead exemptions, and the lighter blue are not using the non-homestead exemptions. Anything that's dark blue, what that should indicate is that the owner lives there, because they are the person that is entitled to use that homestead exemption. And that if you are not the owner and primary resident, then you cannot claim the non-homestead. So theoretically, this lighter blue should relatively closely line up to those that are rentals. What they're trying to look at and see is to make sure that those do indeed overlap, that if you are claiming the homestead, that you're not using it as a rental. And then what are they going to use this information for? They're using it to help drive housing decisions and zoning decisions, what developments the city really needs to help with, because they want to know, what does the housing market actually look like? How many rentals are available? How many homes are available? What's the population size? And if you are a rental, are you actually rented? The statistics are this. The rental program in West Lafayette, which you are obligated to register under, and if you're not, then you're technically breaking the law, has 938 homes in the R1 districts, or 21% of 4,431 properties that are in those zones. Nearly 75%, 3,316 of the 4,431 are claiming the homestead exemption. 25% did not. So 75% claiming homestead exemption, 79% not in the rental program. So there's a spread of 4% there. Not terrible. The chief of housing here in West Lafayette said that those that are not registered as rentals and not homesteads are 256, so they need to follow up and see what's going on there, and that rentals that clearly are using the homestead deductions, there are some there were 105 total that were found to be in that situation. 43 weren't rentals anymore, and the paperwork just hadn't been updated, and there's a further 62 that they needed to check on. Some actual data about what housing looks like in West Lafayette. I can't get a house, they're all being rented. Oh, no, that's not the case. Of actual single-family homes, 75-80% of them appear to be used as single-family homes. So what do you think about that? There's more development coming to the area. There are more homes coming to West Lafayette, if not in the city limits, within the zip code. Have you hit the like and subscribe button? If not, how am I supposed to know that you're watching? I'm Geoff Gooch with the Russell Company, powered by App Properties. I'd love to help you find home here in Lafayette and West Lafayette, anywhere in Tippecanoe County or the surrounding areas.